Hello, everyone. In our weekly Sunday session with Dr. Pooja Kiran, we are going to be talking about herbs that are good for your bones and joint health. I am Amita from Nourish Doc, a global platform for natural and holistic therapies. I would like to introduce all of you to Dr. Pooja Kiran, who is joining me live from Boston. Welcome, Dr. Pooja, as always on every Sunday.
Thank you very much, Amita, and hello everyone to all the audience of this session. Today we will discuss herbs for bones and joint health. So before going on to the herbs, let's just have a little introduction about bone and joint health. So as we all know, bone and joint health becomes essentially important in the later stages of life for most people. And essentially, they are part of the musculoskeletal system. Usually during childhood, the body is naturally in the anabolic stage, meaning the growth and developmental stage. And during this time, there is rapid growth and development of every part of the body, which includes bones and muscles. According to Ayurveda, this phase is dominated by kapha, which is responsible for growth and structure. During this phase, one hardly suffers from any musculoskeletal problem unless met with, let's say, a fracture or a disease that affects bones, muscles, and joint development. Most people start suffering from bone and joint problems in adulthood and old age, when degenerative phase starts and most of the musculoskeletal system is affected first. It starts with symptoms like stiffness, joint pain, etc., and eventually leads to problems such as back pain, arthritis. So, according to Ayurveda, this old age is dominated by Vata. And interestingly, imbalanced Vata is the main reason for most bone and joint diseases. Bone and joints are considered the seat of Vata, meaning Vata naturally occurs in bone and joints. And therefore, the chances of Vata getting imbalanced and affecting the bones and joints is 100%. Vata, when associated with imbalanced Pitta, can cause burning pain, swelling, and inflammation, and redness, etc., in the joints. And Vata, when associated with Kapha dosha, can cause pain and stiffness, heaviness, and hard swelling in joints. Ayurveda treats bone and joint disorders mainly by treating Vata first, and any associated Pitta or Kapha imbalance is also treated along with it. So today we will discuss a few herbs that are proven effective for healthy bones and joints. Let's look at the first herb. It's Siamese ginger, also called as a rasna. Rasna helps to reduce bone and joint pain. According to Ayurveda, pain in the joint is mainly due to an imbalanced vata. And applying a paste of rasna powder or massaging it with rasna oil helps to reduce joint pain due to its vata balancing property. Rasna is also included as one of the main ingredients in many formulations in Ayurvedic science that are used for problems of musculoskeletal disorders, such as arthritis, gout, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, and even degenerative issues of the bones like back pain, stiffness of the neck, cervical problems, shoulder pain. So all these rasna is one of the main ingredients. The next herb is gugulu. It's also called in English mukul mir tree. Now, gugulu refers to the resin formed from the sap of the tree. So it promotes rejuvenation of bone and joint tissue and thus is used widely and effectively for bone and joint degenerative disorders such as osteoarthritis. It helps reduce inflammation, swelling, and pain, and is used as a main ingredient in many formulations given for rheumatoid arthritis and gout. It detoxifies the joints by clearing ama, which is the metabolic toxin that is often one of the main reasons for rheumatism and gout. It improves joint movement by its ability to lubricate and rejuvenate the tissues within and around the joints and helps to promote strength and proper movement by reducing stiffness. The third herb is arunda, also called as castor bean plant. Arunda promotes healthy bones and joints as its natural ingredients or natural nutrients nourish the bones, and support the natural lubrication of joints. It supports spine health by balancing vata, basically the function of vata, and healthy movement of the vertebrae. It promotes healthy muscles by supporting the natural development of muscle mass and helping the body produce healthy immune responses against the occasional external stressors that can cause muscle fatigue. Ayurveda slows down the fast degenerative process and helps nourish bone and muscle tissue, and thus it proves highly effective in rejuvenation of the bone and muscle. The next herb is Gokshura. It's also called the common puncture wine. And this herb has been seen effective in degenerative joint and bone diseases, especially osteoarthritis. It helps in slowing down the rate of erosion, especially in osteoarthritis. You see that the bones, they crumble, and there's like a crepitus, there's a noise, there's a crackling noise, and that is because of erosion. That's what is meant by erosion of the joints. They rub against each other and they erode that surface, and that causes inflammation. So it slows down the rate of erosion. It improves the amount of the synovial fluid, which is a fluid that encompasses the joint, and it helps in lubrication between the two rubbing areas. So it helps in regenerating the synovial fluid, and that is again how it reduces the rate of erosion and thus degeneration of bones and cartilage. It helps in managing the symptoms such as swelling and pain in joints because of its anti-inflammatory property. It is used in combination with other herbs to treat problems such as arthritis and gout, etc. And finally, the fifth herb is Asthi Samharaka in Sanskrit. It's called square-stalked wine in English. As you can see in the picture, it has a square stalk. It resembles, it's a hard stalk. It resembles the bones, and that's why it's called Asthi Samharaka. That means it keeps the bones together. It heals the bones and keeps the bones together. That's the literally meaning of the Sanskrit term. It is an Ayurvedic herb used for strengthening bones and joints and promoting bone growth. It increases bone mineral density and enhances the rate of fracture healing. So this herb is very good for fracture cases. It reduces joint inflammation and associated joint pain, swelling, and heat. Like sometimes when the joint is swollen up and it's painful, if you touch that joint, it will be hotter than the rest of the body. So that is what is meant by heat. So these 5 herbs are very effective and have been time tested, used in many formulations, and successfully incorporated in treating and managing a lot of problems related to the musculoskeletal system. Some of the formulation of these herbs include Rasna Saptakam, Yograj Gugul, Rasna Erandadi, etc., which are highly effective for bone and joint health. I hope this little briefing about bone and joint health and the herbs would help you in improving your health. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pooja, for educating us about the joint health and what we can do. So we just want to add that this is not a medical advice, right? And this is just for educational purpose. You know, if you are suffering from any issues that's related to joint health, please, reach out to your primary care physician or an Ayurveda physician for that matter. Anything else you'd like to add, Dr. Pooja, before we wrap up?
That's for now today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Pooja, for being with us. With everyone else, please help share our sessions and let us know your feedback about our sessions. Thank you so much. Have the rest of a great afternoon. Bye now.